Hello, welcome to another video by Dumb Data. In this video, we walk you through the PIWIK PRO URL builder. We'll tell you what the tool is all about and how to use the tool in managing your PIWIK PRO tag, campaign tag URLs. So one thing about this tool is it's just like the UTME builder. It's about 6 parameters, which is PK underscore campaign underscore source underscore medium, keyword, content, CID, which is for campaign ID. But one thing about using this tool is that by default in PIWIK, this is the dummy account. By default in PIWIK, either in the app, in the site and app settings, or in the global settings, there's a space for campaigns whereby you can specify what your tag should be when you're tagging campaigns. So by default, it works with UTME, with Google's UTME tagging structure, which is the UTME campaign, the UTME term, UTME source, UTME medium, UTME content, UTME ID. It works with it by default. But in any scenario, if you feel like the PIWIK underscore campaign is best for you to tag your stuff, fine, you can go with that. So that's why we created this sheet for you. If you want to make use of the native PIWIK tagging URL builder. So this allows you to manage your PIWIK tagged URLs in a way that you can collaborate with your team. It gives you a lot of features that does not. It also prevents you from having a broken campaign tagging strategy. So you don't have a messed up campaign report in your analytics. So one thing about this, how do you access this tool? You can come to the page for this free PIWIK Pro URL builder. You can find the link to this particular page. If you're watching from YouTube, you should see it in the description. If you're watching from any other social media platform like LinkedIn, you should see it in the comment section. So to access this tool, you have to just click on the button. You can either click at this part of the page if you want. Any button takes you to this place. And all you have to do is just click on file to make a copy for yourself. So when you make a copy for yourself, you have this stuff here automatically. But I'll stress one thing out. If you have Google Analytics running on your site, I advise you make use of the Google Analytics URL builder, campaign URL builder management tool that we created. You can also find it on our site, on the Dumb Data side. So if you're making use of Google Analytics, if you have Google Analytics running parallel with PIWIK Pro Analytics, then I advise you make use of the UTME and not the PIWIK Pro. But if for any reason you feel like PIWIK Pro is your only option you want to go with, then this worksheet is what's going to help you manage your PIWIK Pro campaign URLs. So how do you work around this particular worksheet? So first of all, there's space for first of all, you have to take note of anything that says do not touch or that has an automatic date. Please do not delete anything in this column so that you don't break the tool. So don't delete anything in this column. All you have to do is just delete everything from here to this keyword. Please, then delete that. See, as you deleted it, everything get cleared up here because it did automatic calculation. So in the URL builder detail, this is where you specify just for the sake of consistency and to prevent inconsistency in your naming structure. So this is where we have the traffic source. You can set to add a TikTok here if you want to add a TikTok. You can set to add the Pinterest if you feel like adding a Pinterest. Then you can add influencer for the mediums. You can add your medium more and more. Sorry, I've seen it. Let me start here. It's going to be changed before you make use of this tool. It's going to be PIWIK underscore source, PIWIK underscore medium. But at the end here, what you have at the end here when you generate your stuff here, let me show you from the is a PIWIK. You can see it, PIWIK underscore source, PIWIK underscore medium, PK dot underscore CID, which is for campaign ID. So at the end, when you generate your URL, you see that it's going to give you a PIWIK native, which is what you see here, the native PIWIK tagging URL. So the builder details is where you add in your medium, your campaign. Let's say I'm doing a summer camp 2020. Let's say my campaign ID, I have campaign IDs of August 2022 97. Let's say this is the owner details. The owner details is where you kind of manage people will be working on this with this worksheet with you. So the owner details here, they show up here. You see it so far. They show up here with the email of the user. But one thing you have to know is that you don't have to, since it says don't touch anything here, please don't delete anything in this column. You can also change the department you want. But I assume for the sake of this video, I have a growth analytics, UIS, and project manager department in my team. So to just delete, you can delete this part. Please don't touch anything here. Delete that. You see it automatically clears by itself, so don't worry about that. It does like automatic calculation. So let's say, for example, I have a John Doe in my company. If you leave this part empty, it shows up here as John Doe with no email. So when they come down here, it shows John Doe with no email. So, but if you have the email of John Doe, let's say, for example, you have a John Doe, then you put it John Doe, John Doe at example.com. Now it shows here. Let's say I have an Elon Musk in the company. So I type in here Elon at example.com. So you can see it. If Elon Musk is not with the company again, you have to just put in archive. So when any member of the team comes to the user owner details, you check, you know that Elon Musk is not with the team anymore. So if it's Elon Musk is still with the team, you can put in active. Then you select the department which it falls in. So anything you do here shows up here. Let's say, for example, we have a like, let's say, for example, we have a content team. So what then happens is here, I can assign Elon Musk to the content team. Boom. Now, using this tool is very, very simple. All you have to do is just select the owner. If I'm creating this, then let's say I'm Elon Musk. I type in Elon Musk, then I'll put in the URL, which is where we'll be sending the users to. One thing about this tool again is it encodes URL. So for example, you have spaces in your naming convention, it won't break. It won't cause any form of break. It won't break your UTM strategy, your tagging strategy. So when I type in that here, I type in example, then I put in the, let's say for example, I'm doing TikTok. Let's say the medium is influencer. And let's say the campaign name is Summer Camp. You see it has a PK underscore source, and you see the TikTok %20 it means space. When you try to decode the URL, it means space. Now I see the PK underscore medium equals to influencer, PK underscore campaign equals to summer %20, which means space in the URL word. So let's say you don't have to add the campaign ID. It's fine. You have your date when you created this stuff. You can change the made up for, let's say for example, the campaign ID is August 2022 97. You see that also show up here. PK underscore campaign ID. Let's say for example you have a content ID, let's say image plus video. It just shows here PQ content image underscore 20 plus video. So you can add more and more. Let's say for example I want to add a Facebook. I can come here, then I'll copy the URL here. Facebook. Let me add organic. Let's say it's a example campaign promotion. See the campaign ID is campaign ID. The date is given automatically. Let's say I want to create another Facebook. I'll paste here Facebook. Select Facebook. I'll put it as CPC. And let's say it's a made-up campaign. See the campaign ID is just GA dataset. Blah 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 blah. Now what then happens is, let's say I want to create another TikTok. John Doe. Okay, I'm in the Mox. Sorry, I'm in the Mox. I'm in the Mox. So let's say I put in Google and I put in organic. I put in the campaign as Summer Camp 2020. Let's say I create a new one again for let's say I'm trying to create one for TikTok, and this time let's say it's organic. Let's say it's Summer Camp, blah 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 blah. This is the campaign ID. Now I've created all this. You can continue to add more and more based on how you field you want to manage it. The dates are appearing automatically. All you have to do is just click here, click on copy the link, then you're good to go. Then to view for a specific marketing channel, this is where the specific channel tab comes into play. So you can see that, for example, by default, what we are trying to view for is just Facebook. So you can see all our tagging structure for Facebook. So what this particular specific channel does is, let's say, for example, I want to view for just TikTok or Google. You can create a tab for just TikTok and Google. All you have to do is just create the tab, copy the formula that we have here, you make the changes that you have been asked to make, then boom, everything starts streaming in as you make the changes in the PIWIK PRO URL Builder tab. So let me show you. So for example, I want to create a new one for TikTok. I just duplicate, click into it and give it TikTok name, right? So it's stated that if you click on it, it's actually that note, paste this formula from here in the cell A4. So if you look at it, this is A, and this is A1, this A2, this A3, this A4. You come here, you paste it. Now let's say I want to look for TikTok. It tells you in the cell A4, and then change Facebook in the formula to your preferred campaign source. So let's say I want to view for TikTok. So I have to just TikTok, then boom, sorry. Oh, sorry, there's a mistake. There's a space. I had a double space. Okay. Okay, so you have to just click. Boom, then everything starts working fine. So let me just make adjustment to this part of the formula. So this is what the URL should look like, sorry. So this is what the URL looks like. Then boom, I made a change to the formula. Now it's fine. We have to just copy the formula that you'll be seeing here. So the formula is going to be query this. You just copy that. You come to the cell A4, you paste it there, you make a change to TikTok. Let's say, for example, I want to view for Google. I just have to click here, duplicate, then give it to Google. Then come here, you have to change it. Come here, you can change the Google part here. Now you can see everything for Google here. So you can see TikTok can just, it starts streaming. Let's say, for example, now I had a new one for Google. Let's say I had a new one for Google. Now you see it show up here automatically. So no extra work has to be done. It's just as you're entering it here, you'll be seeing it to be streaming live to this part of the page. So the formula will be in the master file. We'll be updating the formula to be this so that you'll be seeing an updated formula that we make use of. Thank you very much for your time. This video is brought to you by Dumb Data. It's a free analytics resource hub where you can find free resources and free trainings and free resources in the areas of event listeners, data studio templates, implementation worksheets. So we have free event listeners that can make use of. We have worksheets that I can make use of. There are free worksheets. The GA4 migration worksheet, the campaign URL builder worksheet, the GA4 and GR, the GA4 and GA3 data comparison worksheet, the PIWIK PRO URL builder. There's a lot of worksheets, and we also have free dashboards that you can make use of free dashboards, GA4 dashboard and Universal Analytics dashboard that you can use for your for your reporting. And also we have event listeners. These event listeners are free for you to there are over 35 plus free event listeners that you can make use of. They are free to make use of. They are free to make use of. The event listeners are free to make use of. It's used for tracking. It's free for you to track event listeners, hotspot form, pop-in pop-up. There's a lot of free stuff I can track here. You can see it. There's a different code for different tools. There are some that we have for. We have Wistia. We have a lot of. The site is kind of broken right now. Let me make that code fresh so that. Site is kind of broken. So basically, she's back. So there are free event listeners that I can make use of. We have Zofim chart, Crips chart, hotspots, taking time to load. My time is kind of bad today. So you can see these are all event listeners, and we have more that are coming to the site. More and more is coming. Continue to update these event listeners. You can use these scripts to track not just interactions to Google Analytics 4, but other analytics platforms or marketing platforms. So we have free resources and we have free tools that also coming your way to help you succeed in your measurement and grow. So until then, see you next time, and happy measuring.